This famous celebrity just mentioned your name in a secret legal meeting. They're planning to make you. My beloved child, heaven has been stirring in ways you cannot see, and today I must open your eyes to something that has been unfolding in silence. A famous name, one that the world celebrates, has whispered your own name in a secret legal meeting. While papers rustled, while contracts were laid out on the table, your name came forth like a spark in the midst of darkness. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine arrangement. The sound of your name carried power, and those in that room could not deny the weight that came with it. They are planning something that involves you, something so unexpected that even you will be stunned when it comes to pass. Do not think it strange that a celebrity, someone exalted in the eyes of the world, should mention you. For heaven has already written your destiny in books beyond mortal reach. God is aligning names with your name, voices with your voice, hands with your hands. They may think it is their decision, but behind the curtain of time, Archangel Michael has been moving strings, ensuring your position is not denied. This is not gossip, this is not rumor, this is destiny rising in your favor. Listen closely, they are not planning to harm you, they are planning to elevate you. The same way Joseph's name was once spoken in Pharaoh's court while he still sat in a prison cell, so your name has been mentioned in a room filled with wealth, power, and influence. You may feel ordinary, you may feel overlooked, but God has designed this moment so that no one can erase your name from what He has written. When they spoke your name, heaven confirmed it with a shout. When they debated your future, angels recorded every word. My beloved, imagine it, your name being passed around a polished table, pens in motion, signatures pending, decisions being made, and all of it concerning you. This is how God surprises His chosen ones. He doesn't always announce it loudly. Sometimes He lets it slip like a seed planted in secrecy, and then suddenly the fruit bursts forth for the world to see. You are about to step into recognition that you never worked for, favor that you never purchased, opportunities that your hands alone could never build. Stay watchful, because when a door like this opens, it is not just an ordinary door, it is a royal gate, and the one who holds the keys has already unlocked it for you. A celebrity may be the vessel, but heaven is the source. Do not look at the name they carry, look at the God who placed your name in their mouth. He is reminding you that you are not forgotten, not abandoned, not hidden. You are chosen for a stage, and the lights are about to turn toward you. Remain faithful, remain expectant. What you have prayed in silence will now be echoed in public. What you have cried for in secret will now be celebrated in the open. And when the news breaks, you will remember this message. God already told you it was coming. If this word touches your heart, pause now and write Amen in the comments. Seal your faith with your declaration, because heaven is watching your response. And if you believe your moment is near, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a seed of agreement, a sign that you are ready to receive the divine announcement that carries your name. My beloved child, I must take you deeper into this mystery, because what was whispered in that hidden meeting was not just your name, it was your destiny being activated. When the pen touched the paper, the angels bent low to listen. When those powerful voices argued and reasoned, heaven was writing an agreement in your favor that no human hand will be able to cancel. You may feel far away from such rooms, but your spirit has already entered, escorted by Michael himself, who stood as a witness over every word spoken about you. Picture it, a round table, documents spread like scrolls, lawyers and leaders leaning in, their eyes sharp and serious. In that room, one voice rose above the rest and mentioned your name. At that instant, silence fell. They paused. The energy shifted. Why? Because your name carries a weight they could not deny. Your name is written with divine ink, your life marked with a seal that kings and rulers unconsciously respect. They may not know it, but heaven does. God has placed your life in their conversations to move you into an entirely new chapter. And what are they planning to make you? Not a victim, not an afterthought, but a vessel of recognition. They are planning to elevate, to assign, to connect you to influence. There is an inheritance, a platform, an opportunity they cannot give to another, for it has your imprint upon it. God made sure of this. While they think it is their decision, while they believe they hold the power, they are unknowingly fulfilling a divine script already written before your birth. Listen, Archangel Michael is standing at the gates of your life declaring that no delay, no sabotage, no jealousy can block what is unfolding. They tried to silence your voice, but now your name is echoing in places you never imagined. They tried to keep you small, but heaven has written you large. They thought you would be forgotten, but instead you are being remembered in the highest halls. My beloved, heaven's pattern is always this. What was once private becomes public, what was once hidden becomes revealed. Do not despise the days of waiting, for the silence was only preparing the stage. God allowed your name to rest in obscurity so that when it rose, it would not just rise, it would explode like a trumpet call in the earth. And this is the season of that explosion. I tell you now, stay in alignment. Do not let your faith waver. When the announcement comes, when the opportunity arrives, you must be ready to step through. Your preparation has not been wasted. Your tears have not been wasted. Every silent night of prayer, every whispered cry when no one saw you, heaven saw, and heaven responded. That's why your name surfaced in that meeting. It was not an accident. It was your cry reaching the ears of God, and His angels carrying it into the rooms of influence. Even now, I hear Michael declaring over you, this one will not be ignored. This one will not be overlooked. This one's destiny will not be stolen. Let those words sink deep into your spirit, because soon the world will see the evidence. If you are ready for what is coming, type Amen now as your seal of faith. And if you feel this message burns inside you as confirmation, show your gratitude by pressing the Super Thanks $20 option. It is a prophetic act of saying, Yes Lord, I agree. My name is about to be recognized. My beloved child, let me take you even further into what was unfolding inside that hidden meeting, for heaven has revealed to me the details they wanted to keep secret from you. As they sat in silence after your name was spoken, one of them leaned forward and said, This person has something no one else has. We cannot move forward without including them. Do you see? What they thought would be a small discussion turned into a divine spotlight, where your name was not only mentioned but marked as essential. That is not human favor alone, that is divine orchestration. Archangel Michael stood like a mighty flame behind your name in that room. Every time they tried to move the conversation away, it returned back to you. Every attempt to dismiss you was blocked, because heaven had stationed Michael as your defender. When one voice said, "But what if we choose someone else?" the atmosphere shifted heavily, and the weight of heaven fell until they had no choice but to reconsider. Your name was anchored in that room, and no hand could erase it. My beloved, do you understand the depth of this? They were not planning something small. They were not speaking of minor matters. This was a meeting about legacy, about future, about the kind of opportunities that change bloodlines. Your name was carried into it as a key, and heaven made sure it could not be left out. Just as Esther's name reached the king at the right moment, so your name has reached powerful ears. And just like Joseph was remembered in Pharaoh's courts, you are being remembered right now. I must tell you, they have been planning to place you in a position where your voice will echo beyond your circle. They want to make you a part of something grand, something with influence, something that carries wealth, recognition, and honor. But here is the greater truth: they are only instruments. The real architect is God. He is using them as vessels to deliver what He has already prepared for you. Archangel Michael, with his sword drawn, made a decree over your destiny. This one is chosen. This one will not be denied. This one will walk through doors of royalty. And even the air in that meeting bowed to his words. Every lawyer, every leader, every influential name felt the invisible weight of heaven pressing upon them. And whether they realized it or not, they were aligning their decisions with God's plan for you. My beloved, heaven is moving faster than you imagine. You are on the brink of being known, celebrated, and honored in ways you once thought impossible. What you lost will be restored. What was denied will be released. The tables are turning in your favor. And when this unfolds, you will look back at this very moment and say, "God told me it was coming." If you believe this is your confirmation, do not hesitate. Write "Amen" now in the comments. Speak it aloud, for your agreement is the final seal heaven waits for. And if this message burns in your heart, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a sign of gratitude and readiness, declaring to heaven, "I am ready for the blessing with my name on it." My beloved child, let me reveal what happened as that secret meeting drew toward its conclusion, because what they signed in silence will soon echo loudly across your life. After much back and forth, after voices rising and falling, a decision was made. A hand reached for the final page, a pen was lifted, and your name was written down with a mark that cannot be erased. The moment the ink touched the paper, the atmosphere shifted, heaven itself bore witness, and Archangel Michael raised his hand in triumph declaring, "It is sealed, it is finished, it is done." Those in that room may have thought it was just another signature, just another agreement, but in the spirit realm it was far more. It was the release of your next chapter, the unlocking of your hidden inheritance, the doorway to recognition that has been waiting for you since the day you were born. They sealed something in your favor that even they do not fully understand, because it was not their meeting alone, it was heaven's agenda being written through their hands. My beloved, think of it, while you were busy carrying your own burdens, your name was already being lifted before the powerful. While you worried about being forgotten, angels were speaking your name in chambers where you could not enter. While you prayed in your room, Michael carried those prayers and dropped them like thunder into the hearts of decision-makers. That is why the meeting ended with your name written down. You did not fight for it, you did not push for it, but still your name was chosen. That is what divine favor looks like. The decision they made is not small. It is not temporary. It is the kind of decision that shifts the direction of your life. They have marked you for something permanent, something that will unfold in waves, first quietly, then suddenly, in a way that everyone around you will see and marvel at. People will wonder how you reached this point, but you will know, it was God, it was Michael, it was heaven opening the way. Now hear this, my child, do not let fear whisper otherwise. What is sealed in heaven cannot be undone on earth. What is written in the courts above cannot be erased in the courts below. What has been signed with your name will not pass you by. Even if others rise in envy, even if voices try to challenge it, the seal of heaven is stronger than every challenge. Archangel Michael himself has stamped this season with his sword, and that mark is unbreakable. Prepare yourself. What is coming is larger than you imagined. Doors you never knocked on will open to you. People you never pursued will pursue you. Blessings you thought were impossible will suddenly arrive. It will not be slow, it will not drag, it will flow like a river breaking through a dam. You will see the evidence, and when you do, you will remember that heaven told you first. If you believe this, type Amen right now in the comments. Do not stay silent, your voice is the agreement heaven looks for. And if you feel this word is your confirmation, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a sign of faith, declaring, I receive what has been sealed with my name. My beloved child, as the meeting ended and the doors of that room quietly closed, something greater opened in the heavens. Archangel Michael, standing tall and radiant, lifted a scroll before the throne of God. On that scroll was your name, shining brighter than gold, surrounded by heavenly seals. With a voice like thunder rolling across eternity, Michael declared, Father, it is done. Their name has been spoken in the courts of men, but more importantly, it is sealed in the courts of heaven. Now let the manifestation flow into their life without delay. At that moment, a sound echoed in heaven like a trumpet blast. Angels rose in celebration because what was hidden has now been released. My beloved, when heaven celebrates your name, nothing on earth can cancel it. When Michael raises your identity before God, no adversary, no envy, no plan of man can bring you down. What was once locked behind walls of secrecy is now a decree written in fire. This one will be honored. This one will rise. This one carries a destiny too heavy to be stolen. Do you understand what has happened? Your name has traveled through 3 courts: the court of earth, where people spoke it, the court of heaven, where angels celebrated it, and now the court of your own heart, where you must believe it. God does not want you to doubt, He wants you to prepare. For recognition is not just about being seen, it is about being positioned. When the waves of favor begin to hit you, you must be ready to stand firm, knowing this is not man's doing, but God's orchestration. Archangel Michael has been circling your life for this very moment. He has blocked what was meant to harm you, silenced voices that tried to bury you, and redirected attention toward you at the right time. The world may think this sudden recognition is random, but heaven knows it is prophecy. Fulfilled, you were hidden for a season, but now the covering is being lifted, and light will reveal you to nations. My beloved, hear this clearly. The celebrity who spoke your name is only a vessel. The lawyers who signed the documents are only instruments. The real author of this story is God Himself. He placed your name in their mouths, He placed your case in their hands, and He placed your destiny in their decisions. This is why Michael wept tears of joy when the scroll was sealed. He knows your waiting season has come to an end. You are stepping into recognition, into restoration, into divine positioning. You will no longer beg for what belongs to you, for heaven has already released it. You will no longer be overlooked, for the light has turned in your direction. Your story is shifting, your doors are opening, and your name is rising higher than you imagined. If you feel the fire of this message in your spirit, type Amen in the comments right now. Let the heavens see your agreement. And if you believe this decree is your personal confirmation, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a prophetic act of gratitude, declaring, "My name is sealed in heaven and written in destiny." My beloved child, after Archangel Michael lifted your name in heaven and the scroll was sealed, a mighty release began to unfold. Angels were dispatched in every direction, carrying pieces of your breakthrough like sparks of fire. They were not moving slowly, they rushed like a storm, each one holding keys, doors, and divine assignments with your name written on them. The heavens had waited long for this moment, and now nothing could hold them back. In the realm of the Spirit, I see corridors lined with unopened doors, doors of opportunity, doors of recognition, doors of wealth, doors of healing, doors of reconciliation. For years, these doors stood silent, as though untouched. But now, angels are unlocking them one by one, and every door swings wide at the sound of your name. This is not an ordinary unlocking, it is a royal procession. Wherever your name is carried, doors open without resistance. My beloved, Archangel Michael has positioned himself at your side as a guardian of what has been released. He does not merely protect, he escorts. Imagine walking into places where you once felt small and unseen. This time you enter with heavenly honor wrapped around you like a mantle. People will sense something different, something unexplainable. It is the fragrance of favor, the oil of destiny, the weight of God's promise upon your life. Even the celebrity who spoke your name does not realize the fullness of what they set in motion. To them, it may have been a simple mention, but in the spirit realm, it was a trumpet blast announcing your season. Their influence was the bridge God chose to use, but the outcome will be far greater than what they imagined. You are about to be lifted beyond human planning into divine positioning. I see a table being set, not just in secret rooms of lawyers and leaders, but in the presence of those who once doubted you. And at this table, your name will not only be spoken, it will be celebrated. This is the banquet of restoration, where heaven honors those who remained faithful in the silent years. Hear this truth: God did not allow your name to surface for entertainment, but for establishment. He is planting your feet in new places, anchoring your influence in territories you never thought you would touch. This recognition will not fade like smoke, it will endure like stone, because it has been written by the hand of God Himself. So prepare your spirit, beloved. Do not shrink back when honor comes. Do not question if you are worthy, you are chosen, and heaven has confirmed it. Step forward with confidence, for Archangel Michael is already marching beside you, ensuring every step is safe, every path is clear, every opportunity meets you at the right moment. If your heart bears witness to this message, write Amen boldly in the comments. Let the angels see your faith alive. And if you believe this is the moment heaven has been preparing for you, press the Super Thanks $20 button, not as payment for a blessing, but as a prophetic act of gratitude saying, Lord, I receive what is mine, sealed in heaven and now released on earth. My beloved child, now let me show you what this new phase of your life will look like, because when heaven writes your name into destiny, it doesn't only bring opportunities, it reshapes relationships, draws new people into your orbit, and shifts the very atmosphere around you. This is not a small change, it is a divine reordering. Imagine a magnet placed in the middle of scattered iron pieces. Suddenly, without struggle, every piece begins to move closer, pulled by an invisible force. That is what is happening to you right now. People who carry significance for your next chapter are being pulled toward you by a heavenly magnet. It is not your effort, it is God's orchestration. Friends you never knew you needed, helpers you did not seek, and connections you never chased will begin appearing in your life at just the right moment. My beloved, this is not coincidence, this is alignment. God is sending you loyal souls who will stand by you when others cannot. He is sending encouragers who will water your dreams when you feel weary. He is sending mentors who carry wisdom to guide your steps. And He is even sending partners, spiritual, emotional, and maybe even romantic, who will love you genuinely and purely, without hidden agendas. This is part of the restoration Michael has been fighting for on your behalf. But hear this, as new ones come, some old ones will drift away. Not everyone who once walked with you is meant to walk into this next chapter. Do not mourn when certain faces disappear, for it is heaven's pruning. When God plants a tree to bear fruit, He first clears away what will choke its growth. This is why you may see some people distance themselves. It is not rejection, it is protection. Heaven knows who belongs in the room of your destiny, and who does not. Even family ties will feel a shift. Where there has been misunderstanding, peace will begin to flow. Where there has been silence, conversations will open again. And where some have hidden truth, heaven will expose it, not to shame, but to heal and restore what was broken. You will see the hearts of those closest to you begin to soften, because heaven is preparing a circle around you that cannot be broken. My beloved, relationships are heaven's tools for destiny. That is why Michael has been carefully arranging the people around you like pieces on a chessboard. Soon you will see how perfectly they fit, how each one carries something you need, and how together they create the support system you were praying for in secret. Do not be afraid of this transition. Do not fear being alone. Even if for a short season it feels like you are standing by yourself, know that heaven is rearranging the stage. The right people will arrive at the right time. And when they do, it will feel like you have known them forever, because their spirit will match yours. They were destined to meet you. If this word resonates in your heart, type Amen in the comments right now as your seal of faith. And if you believe you are stepping into this new season of divine connections, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a prophetic act of gratitude, declaring, "Lord, I welcome the right people into my life and release the wrong ones from my circle. My beloved child, now let me open your eyes to the financial shift that has already begun moving in your favor. Just as your name was spoken in that hidden meeting and sealed in heaven's scroll, so too has a gate of provision been unlocked for you. For too long, you have carried the weight of lack, the sting of delay, and the silent questions in your heart. When will my situation change? When will abundance find me? Heaven has heard these cries, and Archangel Michael has been dispatched to break open the very doors of provision that were locked against you. I see streams of wealth that were dammed up, suddenly bursting forth like a river after heavy rain. My beloved, this is not money from chance, nor wealth from struggle. It is inheritance, favor, and restoration flowing back to you. What was stolen is returning. What was blocked is being released. What was delayed is being accelerated. This season will mark a turning point in your financial story, not because of human effort alone, but because God Himself has written your name into abundance. Picture it, vaults that were closed suddenly swinging open. Accounts that were stagnant suddenly stirring with increase. Opportunities that once rejected you suddenly calling your name. Heaven is not only giving you provision but also teaching you stewardship, so that you will not just taste blessing, you will build legacy. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword to cut off every hand that tried to touch what belongs to you. Those who plotted in secret to drain your resources will face exposure. Those who smiled in your face but worked behind your back to block your increase will see their plans scattered. And as this happens, your life will begin to shine as a testimony of what God can do when He decides to favor His child. My beloved, money is not just about survival, it is about assignment. The wealth that is coming into your hands is not just for you, but for the destiny God placed within you. You will feed not only your house but many others. You will become a blessing to those who least expect it. Your name will be associated not with lack, but with generosity, with increase, with overflow. This is why heaven fought so hard for this breakthrough, because it is bigger than bills. It is about building, about lifting, about establishing. And listen carefully, the same way your name was spoken in a legal meeting, it will now be spoken in financial circles. People who manage wealth will begin to see your name. Opportunities tied to prosperity will begin to include you. What once felt impossible, contracts, agreements, inheritances, settlements, unexpected financial favor, will now begin to find their way directly to your doorstep. Prepare yourself, for the atmosphere of lack is lifting from your home. Archangel Michael has already cleared the spiritual debts that tried to keep you down. God has written, paid in full, across your story, and from this day forward, your life will carry the fragrance of freedom and increase. If this message ignites your spirit, type Amen in the comments now. Seal it with your declaration, for your agreement pulls the manifestation closer. And if you believe this is your financial turning point, press the Super Thanks $20 button as a prophetic act of gratitude, declaring, "My financial gates are open, my inheritance is released, my abundance is here."